guys know each other?
How do we know each other? Probably met at a party or something. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think we met in through music, and that's what we're here to talk about today, right?
Probably at a festival, honestly.
Nice.
Yeah, it's we definitely met through music or something related to music, but if anything, we met through a group of friends that went to a lot of raves together, and we called ourselves the Zipper Squad. So from there, we made a lot of friends, and I think Anthony was part of the Natasha group, right? No, you were part of Omid's group.
No, yeah, I was with like Natasha's group and like Megan and like the Bay Area crowd.
Yeah. So
And then they invited me to a party, and then just like I started hanging out with them more.
Yeah. Oh, so this is I'm definitely gonna have to cut out this part out, but like.
Okay, real quick. I'm gonna have to like leave and then jump back in because all of you guys are frozen.
Yeah.
This has happened many times before, so I'm just gonna hop on out and I'm gonna hop back in again. Okay. Just so you know.
We'll see you in a sec.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Laura, did you end up making a Spotify playlist?
No, so I was going to, and then I ended up finding one that I just got lost in. And like, okay, so dumb. So I found this like hits of like the 90s and early 2000s. And like I just like went down this like memory lane trip like pretty much all day, and like it's so funny, like there's so many songs that of course I like knew and recognized. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about whatever. But then there were some that I completely forgot about, or that I was like, I don't even know what song this is, and then when it played I was like, oh my god, and I still knew all the words. And like it's just one of those is so funny. Like I kept thinking of like having these like memories that I associated with different songs. And like somewhere along the way today, it occurred to me that I was like the most dramatic teenager because like half of the memories were just me being like emo and like sprawled out like a snow angel, like on the floor somewhere, like feeling my emotions. And then like I kept thinking like, oh, I was so like dramatic. And then at the same time, somewhere throughout today, I was like basically almost crying on some of these songs. Like, oh my God, am I still so dramatic? Like,
Yeah. Oh, so Anthony, the rules are we can only talk about music that affected our lives 2007 and below. Or wait, what year did you graduate high school?
Me? I graduated in 2008.
So for you, it would be 2008 and below. So anything within those cringeful years, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
Brooke, you're muted. What are you saying?
Look, you forgot to unmute yourself.
Sorry. So like 2001 to 2007.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
I've been cringy longer.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, how do you guys feel about like some of the ones? Because there's some that like were definitely before our like generation and before our like those years that I still like listen to in those years.
I include those. Because it's those, like I have like Joni Mitchell or whatever. Like that absolutely counts, I feel.
Totally.
Yeah. As long as you listen to it in high school or junior high, or even in like middle school or elementary school counts. Like before you graduated high school, and that's just basically the only rules. Like I put Blondie on my list.
Totally.
And like I don't know. I guess who wants to go first?
That's so much pressure.
Like, what are we even like talking about?
Yeah. Wait. Are we just like
what's the prompt?
The prompt is whatever song that comes to mind whenever you think of those years, those cringeful years, or just whatever songs that like shape the way or shape who you were or who you are now up to that point of 2007.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. So I just made my playlist 6 hours ago, and
my playlist is seriously like 400 songs.
It is 400 songs. Actually, I will pull it up right now on my other screen.
Mine?
Yeah. I think I have it here, right? Brooke High School soundtrack.
High school soundtrack. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot Brooke posted hers, and I didn't like. I don't know if I've seen it yet. I need to like.
There's
check
so
this
many
out.
musicals. There are
Of course
so
there
many
are.
musicals.
So Anthony, I don't know if you know this, but like the three of us went to like junior high and high school together, and so
Yeah.
we've seen all the cringe phase.
We all went through the same cringe phases. Yes, I will. So Anthony, I'm gonna post Brooke's playlist in the chat if you want to peeps it.
Oh yeah, let's take a look.
Oh fuck.
See if I know that.
Yeah. I mean, I obviously I know I listened to some of these. Definitely the Def Cab. Also went through a huge Def Cab phase.
But it was Plans. It was that specific album that I just absolutely loved. What Sarah said? Oh,
Why Plans?
The only one I know. so
whoa,
far-
that made me really dizzy. What was the question?
So what about Plans that really stood out to you?
Well, I really like Transatlanticism as well.
Mhm.
But Plans was the first album of theirs that I actually had. Like the CD, and so like it just is a little bit more special to me because it was my first concert
Mhm.
that I saw was Death Cab. Like real concert. That wasn't like one of the Christian bands from the 90s that played at my church. I'm not including that. Thank you. But I mean, they were great. I'm talking about Death Cab for Cutie, my first real concert.
Nice.
So yeah, Plans just because it's like my first CD of theirs, but I really, really like Transatlanticism. But Plans I can kind of listen to and not skip any.
Mhm. Yeah, and so CDs are for you young kids, physical
I used to burn them. for all my-
items filled with
I'm
music.
so good at making playlists. Ugh, I would make the best
I used to
mixes
do
for
it
people.
cover.
Uh-huh.
I miss that so much. It's like something I miss the most about my teen years is like both making and getting like mix CDs and like
Yeah.
like oh
I made a mix CD for my AP project, like for English, like the last day of school or whatever. I made a mix CD summarizing kind of like the vibes of the books that we had to read.
Ooh.
It was fucking ballin'. It was so good. Like Helter Skelter was the dwarf, and fucking National Anthem was by Radiohead was for Hamlet. It was fucking awesome. I loved every second of it.
that's cool. That's a cool
Yeah.
project.
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it.
Did you still
And it was
have
really
the CD?
fucking easy as hell.
Do you still have the
It was
CD?
easy as hell.
I still have CDs like on my cabinet.
I have a ton.
Yeah.
Do you guys still have CD players? Because like that's why I eventually got rid of my CDs. Is I no longer have any CD players, and my computers no longer come with the disc.
Mm-mm.
My PlayStation, I guess.
Yeah.
I made sure that the new laptop that I got for Christmas has a disc thing. So I think I might have like the last one in the world that actually says I want to watch my DVDs.
Totally.
But we're talking music, not DVDs.
But can't they do both? Because my old one could do both. Like
Yes.
that's how I would listen.
Yeah, they do
Mhm.
both. They do both.
I miss that.
Me too.
Do you guys remember like your friend was rich when he had a VHS DVD player, right?
Dude. For me, it was when my friends had TVs in their rooms.
Oh yeah, that's totally a whole other
I was
level.
like, you have a TV in your room?
But
like,
that's like
wow.
rich and like parents that allow shit.
Mhm.
That's true. That's true.
like-
That's true.
It's like double legit.
Yeah, I never understood that. Of course, now I'm an adult and I have my laptop in my room and I'm therefore always pretty much have a TV in my room. Growing up, it was like, and now I'm like, Brooke, what did you do? Like, what were you doing? Do it again. When you weren't just watching TV in your room, what were you doing? Try to get back into that, whatever it is. But
Fucking-
yeah, I would burn CDs. I literally just recently stopped because I could only make about 12 on a CD,
Yeah.
and it would stop. It was terrible. The sound would be awful. It would be like start to skip. It was awful.
Yeah.
But I loved it. It was one of my like favorite gifts to give
Mhm.
for like birthdays and stuff.
That was like the worst when they got scratched and they'd start to skip or something,
Yes.
especially if you had a favorite and then it was like, or like, I don't know about you guys, but like I would get used to a song, whether it was on an album or like a mix CD, and then I would get used to the pattern in my head of what song would come next. And then when I'd hear that
Yeah.
song like out of order, I'd be expecting the song that was like in the mix that I always heard and like very
Yeah.
disappointed when it wasn't that.
I remember when I got my first iPod Shuffle. It was that big.
Yeah.
And I follow every rule. I am a rule follower. I'm sorry. I wish it weren't that way. I am a rule follower, scaredy cat. But I would sneak that little fucking iPod Shuffle in wherever, pull the headphones up under my shirt and like hide my headphones in my ears, and I was just listening to music all day, and I felt like it was the fucking coolest thing.
And
Yeah.
Rebel,
I was
rebel.
listening to Death Cab for Cutie and Sufjan Stevens and Elliott Smith and Isley and musicals upon musicals upon musicals because I am a loser.
Dude, I remember having an iPod mini, right?
Yeah.
And it was in high school, and I would listen to it as well secretly with a hoodie on. And we were standing in the quad, and I was like shuffling the songs because like I knew how to maneuver around the iPod because I was so used to it.
Yeah.
And Brandon was like, "Eric, are you touching yourself underneath there?" Because like I was doing, because like basically my hands like looking like this, because you know how you had click, they had the
Yeah.
so
So like
before touchscreens, we had something called a click wheel.
Yeah.
A click wheel was a physical wheel where you would use it to maneuver what you're selecting, and it's not like how fancy these days we can just touch something on the screen. You have to use a physical button or input to select your songs.
Yeah, I remember.
Like
Actually, like move it.
this
Yeah,
oh, you still got it.
yeah.
cookie thingy. This is my iPod Classic that I still have, that I don't use every day, but if I were walking every day like I used to before the pandemic hit, I would be listening to it every day.
Mhm.
I
That's
don't go
pretty
home without it.
impressive.
I mean, leave home without it. And I love it. And when it dies one day, I will prostitute myself to find the money to get another one of these iPod Classics.
Mhm.
Thank
Mhm.
you very much for coming to my TED Talk.
That's very impressive. Honestly, it's so cool.
Yeah, that it's like
I love
lasted
it.
this long
And
is impressive.
It's so, I didn't know that they stopped being a thing. I'm still
Yeah.
kind of boggled about that, but I remember there were just a couple years of my 20s that just don't exist. And it was in that time that like internet on the phone and no more
Yeah.
DVDs really, and all of this technology enhanced. And so I still am carrying around this iPod, and people my age are like, oh my God, I haven't seen one of those in forever, let alone a child. They're like,
What's that?
that? And I'm like, ugh. What do you mean, what's that? What are you? I don't know.
Well, the original iPod was huge, man. It was huge. It only had like 30 gigs, right? Or was it 15? The first one. And
I think 6, no, 8. I swear it was like 4 and 8, and then 8 and 16.
yeah.
Way back.
This is 160 gigabytes.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And
that
I have a
advanced.
lot of shit.
Yeah, the original one, like it was like it only had a little bit of memory in it, and it had a click wheel, and it had like the 4 circles on top for like play, pause, repeat, and shuffle, right? Because they had to fit in like another like physical buttons on top.
Yeah, I never got one. I got into like Microsoft. I had a Zune. That was like, it was cool.
Oh.
Yeah, and you could actually use it like a USB. So I stored like everything on there.
Mhm.
And then like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, I think when I was like 17, my car got broken into, and then someone took that, and then they took like half my sound system, which like was bumping. I had like 1,500 watts.
Damn.
That's so dirty. That's totally something that would have happened where we grew up. Like for sure,
Yeah.
everyone was always getting their stuff.
Yeah.
And you'd have to like remove the faceplate or
Yeah.
whatever.
They try to like crowbar it, but like it didn't come off. They didn't know how to take it off, so they're stupid. And they like cut the wires like hella ugly. I'm like, come on, amateurs.
Damn.
Let me show you how it's done.
It was bumping.
And so
Like
what?
$1,000 into the sound system.
So like, what were you bumping on 1,500 watts?
A lot of Rick Ross, a lot of G Unit at the time, some R&B. Like I used to like love T-Pain, but then I had like a Zoomies phase where I actually worked there, and then I played the guitar for like a year and a half. So I listened to like the Scorpion, Metallica, System of a Down, like 182, Good Charlotte, yeah, Sum 41. I was pretty pop punk back then.
Pop punk. Yeah, that's actually also on my list. Cause like looking through Brooke's list and you talk
I was
about pop
not
punk.
cool enough to listen to any of that stuff. Like I could not sing you a Good Charlotte song to save my life, and people would be so surprised by that.
Oh.
Dude,
Well, it's so funny because you probably hung out with all of us, and I feel like we listened to a lot of that stuff, Brooke, and like I feel like
most of my music I got from my sister.
okay.
So like she was like, you're not going to listen to My Chemical Romance, you're going to listen to
The
Bright
Used.
Eyes instead. And I'm like, okay. So
You can
I had
listen to both.
her and then like musicals, but because she didn't, my sister's a music bitch. So I'm kind of a music bitch. And so when she says I can't listen to it because it's bad, then I'm like, well, I can't listen to it because it's bad. So I'm ashamed to say that my sister says those bands are bad. So I haven't really given them a chance, but I will because I want to.
Yeah.
I always wanted to.
I don't think I ever had like an off limit genre. Like I always hear people talk about ones that they love or they hate, you know, and like I
Yeah.
think 'cause I grew up around so many different people being obsessed with so many different versions that like
Mhm.
even if it wasn't my initial go-to, I would get exposed to it and then I'd start getting used to it, and the next thing you know, I would get like a soft spot for that one, and then that would like one band, and then that one band would introduce me to other bands. The next thing you know, I'm listening to like, you know, a whole group of it, and it's really hard for me to find something that I don't like. And like
Yeah.
the only one I will say, like, if I'm scanning the radio, like the actual radio, and I see like I tend to skip the Christian stations just because.
Yeah. I mean,
like a little obnoxious.
Yeah.
I do feel a little judgy on
also,
that.
it's not like it used to be.
Do you guys remember that Christian music infomercial that always came on at like midnight when you're like waiting for like the Girls Gone Wild commercial, but it will always come on, right? And the song that I remember the most was like, our God is an awesome God. He is.
Yes, I totally
Oh,
remember that.
God.
Dude.
He's an awesome God. Yep. I knew the sign language, all of it. All of it.
I was in Catholic school, and I like used to like get little kids to sing it with me. I was like the leadership team.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so
I'm like playing it in my head. I'm like, oh God, yeah.
I was just gonna say that
I knew
song
all
was
the
actually
songs.
pretty big. Other than that, I
Yeah.
remember those commercials, but that song was like already like I feel like I already knew. Again, I grew up Catholic too, so just like
Yeah.
yeah, you heard those things like.
Yeah.
so apparently on Netflix there's about to be a Christian version of Camp Rock.
Really?
Oh God.
Yeah. So like I was watching.
I saw a commercial for that and
Yeah.
I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
So I was watching like random trailers, right? And then I was like, oh, it's a musical. Okay, I'll check it out. So they started singing and then they started singing like their remix of Our God is Awesome God. And I was like, oh shit, this is a Christian camp musical rock thing. I was like,
Yes.
I felt like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's like, I know that song, you know, or he's just pointing at something.
That's funny. I did not know about this. That's funny.
It
I'm not
is
cool with that.
Netflix is coming out with a lot of stuff. And apparently there's also a Christian Netflix, which is something I did not know of until I found that Christian Schitt's Creek parody thing that I sent you guys on the chat.
Wait, what?
So apparently there's gonna be like there is a Christian version esque of Schitt's Creek.
Explain to me what that means. Like, I don't understand.
I don't even know. I agree. Like, is it a spoof?
Yeah, like
No, so the premise is
You guys seem so offended.
I'm just confused.
I am.
so let's establish some roots. Apparently, there's a Christian version of Netflix out, a Christian streaming service, right? And
Okay.
there's a show where a dad who is a race car driver has to relocate to a small town, and he goes through a cast of characters who are all white, apparently, and he has to find his way back to success again.
It just sounds like Hallmark movies. Every Hallmark movie ever.
Yeah.
I don't watch Schitt's Creek, so I wouldn't know.
Schitt's Creek is
so
great. Is a great.
Schitt's
Is a great
Creek
show.
is great, but this sounds like a
Schitt's
Hallmark
Creek
movie.
is a blessing.
This I don't understand.
So
I love Schitt's Creek.
So Schitt's Creek was it created by Eugene Levy?
And his son.
Yeah, I
Dan.
think,
Okay.
Dan Levy is from the writers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess
I knew the
Dan.
connection from American Pie.
Mm.
Yeah, because like Eugene Levy was in American Pie, and I swear to God,
I know Eugene Levy from all of the Christopher Guest movies, like where when he's like in them with Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah, he's in a ton of stuff, and both his kids are in it.
Yeah.
His son and his daughter are in Schitt's
Mhm.
Creek. Yeah,
His daughter's Twyla.
yeah,
his
the-
daughter's Twyla.
yeah. His real
Oh,
life daughter's
yeah.
Twyla, and it's funny because I
And
feel
they're
like
all Canadian,
they're so good.
all of them.
I should have.
I have I like literally have a flannel that Stevie has in Schitt's Creek. Like I actually like I was watching it and I was like, that is hanging in my closet as we speak.
I get so jazzed when I see stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that's for sure mine.
Dude, my favorite character ended up being not the veterinarian, like I forgot his name.
Ted.
Oh, yeah,
Ted, yeah, Ted quickly became
Yeah.
my favorite character. I don't know. I didn't think he was gonna be my favorite character, but he's just super like weird and quirky. I was like, you're my homie, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Eugene Levy's in it, and like, dude, like he was so good in all the American Pies. And if I didn't mention this now, like the American Pie soundtrack was pretty much most of my high school life. It was like at least 70% of it, because it had all like the pop punk stuff, like the Blink-182, the Sum 41s, All American Rejects. Like sometimes I go on Spotify.
American Reject.
Yeah.
All American Reject.
Yeah, and like it dude, like I remember like just watching those movies, and I was like, yeah, dude, I love all these punk pop songs. They're gonna be the best songs like forever. Like I'm never gonna listen to anything else, which was a lie.
I know. Yeah. I think that's so funny. When you're young and you're listening to something and you're like, this is going to last forever. This is forever. This is my forever. This right now. And then, 15 years later, you listen to it again and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually stand
Maybe
by a lot
not.
of those.
I still listen
I'm
to
not
music
super
from
proud
back
of them,
then.
but I still love them.
Yeah.
Like, I
Same.
don't
It
know.
was like the soundtrack to my life.
Right, exactly.
there are some,
Like,
Yeah.
there are some
I have memories
that I will
attached to
stand
that.
by.
yeah.
Yeah, there are some that I will stand by until, like, I'm sorry, 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton is a goddamn beautiful masterpiece, okay?
Fire.
But,
It's fire,
It's
yes.
fire.
huh?
It's fire.
Quality
It's
music.
fire.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
As the kids
But
say.
I'm going to be okay saying, all right, Wicked, the musical, not as great as I originally thought.
Oh yeah, I go back and forth on music.
know?
There's certain things that for sure, but like I feel like for the pop punk thing, when I was in junior high, I remember feeling so found when I like found some of this music. Like just like hearing it for the first time was just like, this is my freaking jam. Like and it was just like 12-year-old me was like, oh my gosh, like these are my people. Like,
Oh, dude, I just got a flashback. I remember like hanging out at a freshman party, and I think I was a senior at a freshman party, hanging out with like all
Wait,
the
what?
and
That's
like
so random.
and like or maybe it was a sophomore party. I take that back because one of our mutual friends I was hanging out with him and his sister and their party group, because we all kind of like, high school was a different time. Anyways, hang out with a bunch of sophomores, right? And then like this girl was like, "Do you listen to Metro Station?" And it's like, what's Metro Station? And it was like that song "Shake It" or "Shake Me."
I don't know.
That's so random.
And I was like, it was like fake, like that song actually kind of caught on, and like it was pretty catchy. But like,
Which song?
It's called "Shake It" or "Shake by Metro Station.
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
gonna
like I know
look
which
this
one
up
you're talking
right now.
about.
Oh no idea.
I feel like if you heard it, you'd recognize it, Brooke. Like it wouldn't be something we'd listen to like regularly, but you.
People say that a lot. I was really in a bubble, guys. I was really in a bubble.
You go.
It was
That
like
I got.
on commercials and stuff. I feel like, yeah.
Yeah, and like commercial. You just fucking said commercials. I meant like trailers, like previews or whatever.
Yeah.
It's in like commercials. Yeah, like commercials.
See, okay,
Jesus.
so you guys, like, I don't know for you, but like there were certain ones, like I wasn't a huge movie soundtrack person, but like when it was a movie I loved, like certain soundtracks just stuck with me. And I remember like especially my high school years, like when Garden State came out.
Oh,
Yup.
I was obsessed with that
Goose
movie.
Flang.
Yep.
And then that whole, like I had the CD and I would just like play it on repeat and was just like obsessed. And it was such a good, like I still to this day stand by that album. Like it's so good.
No, that one's it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Almost Famous was the
Oh yeah,
movie soundtrack that
that's a good one.
my
too.
dad was like, "Ah," because it had all of the good stuff.
Yeah, no, it's classic. And that
So I
movie's
feel like
so
I
good,
kind of
too.
cheated with movie soundtracks, hearing like really great, awesome songs, but not learning an entire band's repertoire.
But I feel like that was a good introduction to stuff. You know what I mean? Because it
For
like,
sure.
especially for like with when Almost Famous came out, you know, because it was like it took place in a different time
In the
I feel like-
70s.
yeah, I feel like they did a really good job at introducing like older like music to a younger like audience, you know, because not
I love
everyone
that
has,
fucking
grown up
movie.
like that. Like I
Yeah.
heard a lot of that stuff because like both I hung out with, you know, my parents and my grandparents a lot, and so I heard like a different like generations from them. But not
Mhm.
everyone, you know, spent as much time, and not everyone had like hippie parents that were down to like share. their
Yeah.
music and like,
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. My dad was very. I know. It's another reason why I feel like I'm such a bitch when it comes to talking about music, because my dad is a musician
totally.
and
Really? What
I
does
don't know.
He, what
I'm
does he
just
play?
sings and he does guitar, major hardcore guitar.
Yeah, he's like good too.
That's so cool.
Like Bon Jovi style or like
No,
Like classical or modern?
like blues, rock and blues,
wait,
Okay.
do you
not
hate,
R&B.
Do you hate Bon Jovi?
Do you hate?
I don't like his singing voice.
Let me
That's
delete a
fair.
song off my playlist real quick.
Don't delete a song off your playlist just because I don't like the sound of John Bon Jovi's voice.
Dude, John Bon Jovi, it was like so on
He's a
one-
wonderful human being. He's a wonderful magician,
magician, a musical
musician,
Musician.
and he seems like a fabulous person. So I just don't like the sound of his voice.
So he so my favorite Bon Jovi song is it's Living on a Prayer, but I didn't put it on this list because I didn't listen to Living on a Prayer yet. But I did put down It's My Life because It's My Life was one of the songs used for this Dragon Ball Z AMV that I downloaded off Kazaa or Aries.
Oh, I remember the torrenting like tabs because Limewire.
Limewire. So basically, it was like a Limewire,
Talk
right?
about Limewire.
And we
Oh
would.
my god, I used to get so many viruses downloading music.
dude, so many viruses downloading music. And like It's My Life was one of them, and like AMVs was also a big part of my life growing up because it was one of the ways I ventured into my anime side, because these are just animated music videos, and they use a lot of songs like Linkin Park. They use a lot of Linkin Park, Evanescence, and stuff. But Linkin Park was a huge AMV thing, man. Like my list also has a lot of Linkin Park in it because Linkin Park, dude, was a huge staple in my life, dude.
Same here. I had an older cousin, or I have an older cousin named Joey, and he like put me on for a lot of music. and we'd go through phases together. So whatever he played in his car, because he would pick me up from school, was what I would listen to. And like Linkin Park was definitely a big part of it.
Yeah, and it was also nice to see like 1.5 Asian people represented in a popular band. Because
Oh yeah, right.
yeah, because the
Mike
DJ was Asian,
Shinoda.
and Mike Shinoda was half Asian.
Yeah.
Is half Asian. Sorry, not was. But it was nice to see like music made by like a band that had Asian people that wasn't like some band that my parents showed me from like a Thai CD. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, representation matters for sure.
And I really
Yeah.
felt the music because honestly, there's like points when I was like so depressed, and like you speak to me in like on such a deep level.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, One Step Closer by
Yeah.
myself. In the end,
In the end, come
Numb,
on.
Shadow
watch
of the
that-
Day.
And man,
You guys
I
ever
like
watch
can't
CMC,
listen to
like
In the
California
End.
Music Channel?
Huh?
Did you guys ever put that on, like California Music Channel with Chewy Gomez?
I don't think
CMC?
so.
Oh,
No, we
it's
didn't
dope,
get that.
Like
We got
California, like
I don't think we
Yeah,
get
radio
that in
station.
Satan's asshole.
no, it's a TV show too, so it's pretty cool.
no, we got
Oh.
MTV2.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't heard of this. I'm gonna have to look that up. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
there's like a lot of like popular like hip hop and R&B, like the most random things. Like Linkin Park was on there, Daft Punk.
Mhm.
Yeah,
that's cool.
from back then. And it'd just be like Chewy on the radio, and then he would switch it to like a music video.
Yeah, on the radio, we listened to like Delilah at night
Oh, totally.
and B95.
1995.
There were a few that there was like 104 point something was like the rock station, 104.1 or something, and there was like a 102.7 I think was like the alternative one, and then there was like a 90.
102.7
Yeah, I
was
like-
my jam.
Oh my gosh, that was like the only station that I've ever called in and talked to a DJ.
Did I tell you? Did I?
teenager.
Okay, wait.
Did you do
Where
that
did you guys
too?
go? Okay. So this is nothing, but it's a radio. Okay, shh. So what happened was I really wanted to call a radio station and have them play Coldplay, but I wanted to do it in a British accent. So I was with my friend Barbara, and I decided to call and ask them to play Yellow by Coldplay because I love that song. And so call the radio station, and I'm like, hi, I was wondering if you guys could play Yellow by Coldplay. And he's like, oh, well, what's your name? And I was like, Lucy. And he was like, well, Lucy, you're our whatever caller, and you just won a DVD of The Pacifier with Vin Diesel.
Do you still have it?
And then I got so scared that I was going to get in trouble, and I hung up, and I never went to go pick up my DVD.
What?
Oh my god.
Aw.
Okay, so like when I called, it was 102.7, and I talked to his radio name was like Dirty Dan, I think, and I was having like an off day, so it was the first time I tried out for cheer, and they made a mistake on the roster, and I thought that I didn't make the squad, but like I ended up making it, but I was just having like I was in a mood. I was just like little teenager, and just like I can't remember what song it was, but I called to just request. It was just taking requests, and I called to like request a song, but it was a super emo song, and I just sounded like super bummed apparently, because he starts like asking me about what's up, and like so I tell him that I think I didn't make this like my cheer squad or whatever, and like he's like, oh my god, man, like I tried out for basketball when I was a teenager, like, and I never made it. And he like tells me this like life story, and it was super cute. And he like totally made my day. And then he like, you know, sends me the best. And then he like puts on the like emo ass song that I requested. And like,
What song it was?
I'm gonna have to like Google it because I can like think of the words. I'm
Was
gonna
it
have to
was
like,
it Dashboard?
like okay, hold on. It's the
Can you just say the lyrics? Let's try to figure it out. Sing it if you want to.
you know I can't, or you don't know this, but like I cannot sing. Is that like, oh, what is that? Do you ever feel like breaking down? Do you ever?
Oh,
feel
that's the
out of place?
Good Charlotte song,
Yeah,
right?
the Good Charlotte.
Good
song.
Charlotte. You had a bad day? No, that's a different song.
It was something
Is-
like that though, like the.
It's like if you ever
I'm
feel
gonna-
like breaking down.
Yeah. You ever feel out of place, like somehow.
If you ever feeling
I'm googling it.
I know that song.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that-
And he
it was
had that
super
voice
sweet.
that like every guy had.
Yeah.
So in high school, we played a lot of Halo, right? And every time my buddy would get beat and just get salty about it, my buddy would play that first 2 seconds of that song or 5 seconds of songs. Like if you're like breaking down and just repeat that part for a minute just to rub it in.
It's Welcome to My Life by Simple Plan. Wait.
Simple Plan. I looked it up too.
My God, there are so many.
But now that, maybe it was a Good Charlotte song, because I also remember, it was something like, I don't know, something super emo though, but I think it was that one. But now that you said Good Charlotte, thinking maybe it was a Good Charlotte, because I remember having the Good Charlotte CD too, one of them.
Good Charlotte?
Same.
I don't know if Good Charlotte to me ever aged well.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time since I've listened to Good Charlotte. I will say that's like one that's...
Are you talking about the anthem?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, what's this? Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous?
No, it wasn't that one.
Are you trying to figure out which song?
Yeah, I'm Googling Good Charlotte. I forgot about the anthem. I do remember like singing it. Dude, okay, did you guys... I feel like one of the most... So like, obviously this wasn't like from our generation, it was from before, but like... Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. I just feel like that was just such a like everybody sang it all together. There was such a like no.
We sang it in choir.
Yeah.
Okay, so see, I never did it officially. It was just always like the thing that you do at like a party or drunkenly. Or I even remember on our like I did this like European tour that like Kat's mom had organized, and there was like a group of our friends, and we went to this spot in one of the like tour sites. I think it was somewhere in Italy, and it's like this old timey like what are those called, like a stadium kind of thing where like where you stand your voice naturally gets projected, and so all the different tour groups are like get to go in and like yell something or say something or chant something or sing something, and everyone's just like saying these stupid things, each group, and then our group comes up and someone's got that song on their phone, so we all sing Bohemian Rhapsody from Queen. And like it was like the only one that all the other groups also joined in, because like everyone else was like saying something.
That's pretty cool.
It was such a good memory.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I like growing up, I never got into that kind of music because my parents didn't listen to it, and like I grew up with a lot of rap, hip hop, and R&B. Like I didn't really like it either, but I just listened to it because my friends listened to it. But aside from the music, I did actually like on my own was like electronic music, like Sandstorm or Adagio for Strings by Tiesto, all the electronic stuff, and it wasn't until Chris Schwess showed me Garden State was when he introduced me to the Shins sophomore year, and I was like, you know what? I'm not a hard Asian. I'm a soft Asian.
I'm a soft Asian.
And then from there, it opened the doors to like Def Cab for Cutie. And my favorite song from Def Cab is Title and Registration, which I thank God I saw them play. I've seen them play twice, but my first time seeing Def Cab was at Outside Lands 2015. And just to hear Title and Registration live for the first time was well worth the $250. Like,
nice.
Oh my God,
that's band. Cool. Okay, so also another story about music and high school. So it was New Year's Day, right? And Def Cab has a song called New Year's Day. It's super emo, but I decided I was super blasted and blacked out drunk. I decided to walk into the room where my crush was sleeping in front of all her friends. After Chris, Danny, and like Eric were like, do it. And then me being drunk was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tell her I like her in front of all her friends as she's sleeping or about to go to sleep at midnight as Def Cab is playing in the background.
Oh.
It was, I don't remember what happened, but it didn't turn out well. And I remember going back to the kitchen, the kitchen, right? And then just seeing like Danny and Eric and them just like snickering. And I was like, you cunts, you guys egged me on, you fuckers, dude. But Def Cab has been a part of my life growing up a lot, dude. I love Def Cab.
I feel like those are the memories that stick so much, even like the painfully awkward ones. Like I have so many songs that I relate to, like the heartbreak or the like weirdness of just like those cringy teenage moments where it's like so stupid but also so sweet and so pure that you just can't help but like love. You hated it at the moment, but you like love it. Like okay, so like I love Atmosphere so much. I mean, there's like some other underground hip hop ones, but like I didn't really know, like that wasn't my genre really until like high school. I was like exposed to it, and then like over the years just like built up my love. But like Atmosphere I will always be so freaking in love with, and one of the first ones that I like had learned from that, and it's still one of my favorite songs in the world, is Don't Ever Fucking Question That by Atmosphere. And like when I was a teen, my dad never liked rap, and I think that it's like a lot of just like bias and just him not really ever being exposed to that, like. And so I used to memorize rap songs, especially Atmosphere, because I thought his lyrics were so poetic, and I would recite them like poetry. So that when he was like, wow, that was really good, what is that? I'd be like, let's put it on. And I'd like play it, and he'd be so mad that he's all impressed with us, and then was like, oh, no, turn that off. And I'm like, you said it was good. Like,
Unpeer.
I've never even heard of Atmosphere.
really? Oh my God. I'll have to say.
I'm not a,
Yeah.
I don't listen to rap really.
But okay,
I do
like,
listen to rap.
I have a
should
soft
know.
spot for Bea. Like Bea and I
Yeah.
were obsessed with Atmosphere, and like, and
It was
she was
like-
so cute. She'd like go off on these chants. Like, do you think anyone tells him how great he is? It's like, Bea, of course. She's like, no, not like a groupie who's like in love with him. I'm like, Bea, he's like very famous. Of course, people have told him how great he is. Like, calm your shit. Like, but-
Yeah, it was like
Oh,
it was like Atmosphere and Sage Francis. Remember, those guys were
Mhm.
huge during
yeah.
or with our class. Yeah, I think I listened to a
I'm
little bit of
such a
Sage
dork.
Francis.
No, you guys have like all listened to like a lot of different music than like
Yeah.
I have. But I'm like
Yeah.
from the Bay Area. I had like a whole hyphy phase. So I remember like just wearing tall tees like on like rally days between all like the different classes.
So our hyphy phase was when we were in middle school. I remember middle school until like sophomore year.
I can
Yeah.
see that.
You guys must have had it in 6th grade then, right? Because you are a year younger than us.
You're 07?
Oh, 7,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
But
I had it
also-
younger.
You were the Bay Area, so you might have gotten it before us too. I feel like in
Yeah.
general, we like probably got things later than some of the bigger cities and stuff.
Yeah, I remember like being 16, so that was like 2006, and I worked at Champ Sports, so I was actually selling like tall tees, and like everyone would come to my store and buy tall tees for me, so it was cool. Like I hung out with like all my coworkers who are like they had like low riding cars and that would bump, so I don't know, like we were really deep into like hyphy back then and getting stupid.
Yeah. So were the white kids in our school.
Yeah.
Because like I know like a lot of the white guys. So senior year when we went to prom, instead of renting a limo, somehow we got a hold of a yellow school bus. And then I have a picture of it, and then it was like with Jason and Brian and like all those guys, Danny, and I remember like getting off the school bus and Jason walking out with a big boombox with Yellow Bus Rider playing and putting it down in front of the line. Everybody's all looking at us, and all the guys go around the boombox and starts dancing, and I was like, I stayed on the bus. I was like, I can't be a part of this. I would get my Asian card taken away. Like I can't be seen with you guys right now at the moment.
Yeah, we weren't any cooler. I think we took a party bus, and we were just yeah. I feel like it's so funny. I would always joke, but like actually, it's very serious that all my best stripper moves were learned at Green Acres Junior High dances.
Laura
Uh,
Goodrow. I know. I was there.
I could testify.
Yeah, I still got it.
I would
They all
watch you
came
and
from here.
Kat. I would watch you and Kat dance, and I would be so jealous. I was like, "Oh my god, they're so hot."
You should
I
not
can
have
dance
been
like that. I totally can't dance like that. They look so hot. All the boys are looking at them. Oh my god.
It was not good. Oh my god, my favorite. I was telling Brooke on Facebook.
The
the other day,
arms.
Yeah, all my favorite thing is like some of our pictures. We used to have these like we were nerds. Like Brooke and I were not doing the hypey thing. Like we were total nerds in our group.
I have no idea what hyphy is.
You didn't miss anything. But like
Yeah.
we used to do these like sleepovers, and they turn into like these dance parties, and we get like all
They
dolled
were
up
so
and take a billion pictures. And my favorite
They were the
are,
fucking best.
it was super cute. It was super cute. But like my favorite is like in the moment, we genuinely thought we were hot. And then like looking back on it, they're so cringeworthy. First of all, just the style and the fashion of the makeup, like what we were doing was ridiculous. We did not know what we were
Dude,
doing.
Nicole liked to play with
Oh,
makeup, I feel.
Nicole loved it. Like literally half of our like
Like-
sleepover, it would be hundreds of photos, dude. Like hundreds of these like
I want to
ridiculous
see them.
poses.
We
Those
need to
girls-
see these.
There's
I'm not
literally
in like any of them, but I still want to
Oh,
see
no.
some.
Oh, I love that you think that. You definitely are. Yeah, these like my favorite, they're so bad. We're like all posed up either on like car or like something stupid, or we're like in front of these fans, and my favorite one is we're taking these like serious like
I remember the
sexy
night.
poses.
I remember
You
the
can
night
see
of the
the
fan
fans.
photos.
Like
I
Oh, there were
remember because it
multiple.
went on for like 2 fucking hours. I was like, guys, I am ready to watch some fucking Cheetah Girls and eat some fucking pizza. Can we
Or
get
the
rid
ring.
of this fucking fan
oh yeah,
photo
it
op
was
right now?
ridiculous, like honestly. And well, because there were so many of us, there was like a dozen of us, so it took like
Yeah.
so long to get a good photo of everybody, because then at some point
And
when
I
you-
gave up. I was
meet
like,
us-
I can't take a good picture, so I fucking give up on this. Y'all
Oh,
just go.
dude, like honestly, I mean, it's so hit and miss for all of us. It's so cute. Like we are either like the most photogenic.
I think
or
Amanda
very
had the best
expressive.
one.
Oh well, Amanda's
Didn't
like a
we say
little-
that Amanda? Didn't we like look at them all and like say that Amanda had the best one and she like won the fan pictures?
Amanda's just like a little model in general.
I
Like the rest of
know.
us are just too expressive, and so it's either like the best shot or the worst, and we're making like the
Yes.
worst faces or
The
like,
worst
but-
best. Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are just so ridiculous. And
They're
looking
all
back
the
on
worst
them-
and they're all the best.
So speaking of like stripper moments in middle school, on my playlist, one of the only like hip hop or rap or R&B song I have is "Get Low."
Okay,
for
totally.
sure. Lil
"Get
Jon.
Low" is the only song that I
Ludacris.
have there because I remember like being in middle school when I hear dun 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 dun, I was like, all
You gotta
right,
run.
everybody,
Run.
find a wall to
Good.
brace yourself because you will be grinded on. It was like that was the one song you hear where like this is gonna be the closest action I'm gonna get in a long time.
Are you kidding
That
me?
makes
was, like,
complete
our
sense.
Every dance was like every song. Like looking back on it, like if I hear some of those songs that I'm like, how do I know all these words? And it's like, oh, like junior high or high school dances. And then I'm like, now that I'm old enough to understand what those actually mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, those are really dirty
know.
songs.
Yeah,
Why
they
don't
didn't
put those
care.
on for a bunch of kids?
But
Yeah.
get,
I know.
but Get Low was the song to
It was.
grind. It was like
Yeah.
the grinding song.
It's
like
true.
like every time I
Yeah.
hear Get Low, like even now I'm just like getting ready, but you know,
No, like you every
nobody's
time you
there.
say it, I'm like
Right?
Yeah, but
there
we
was-
can't. There's no way we can get low now because my knees will pop.
You're not that old. Come on.
Dude, yeah, Get Low. Like Get Low was like my go-to gonna get grinded on song. And my go-to slow dancing song is You and Me by Lifehouse.
Oh, that's cute. That's precious,
I can't.
actually.
Or like slow skates. That's what makes me think of Roller Town's slow skates. And
Dude, no.
Holy Town.
Okay, so if you're talking about Roller Town is the best. I still want to go back there and rent out Roller Town. If you guys,
Same.
anybody in
Is this
Visalia
like a
hears this,
skating rink?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it's the skating rink.
it
Yeah.
is.
It is the skating
was.
rink. They have
Dude,
DDRs
there's so
and they have
many.
skating. But the song that reminds me of Roller Town the most is Every Time by Britney Spears and I'm With You by Avril Lavigne.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Avril
with you.
Lavigne.
That's on my playlist. I'm with you on my
Yeah.
playlist. I think.
Avril Lavigne in general, her first album was like, Kat and I were obsessed with her in junior high. I literally bought
Oh,
ties and used
What
to wear
girl
ties.
was
to
not
school.
obsessed with Avril Lavigne?
Yeah.
What girl
she's a
was
shit.
not obsessed? What white girl was not obsessed with Avril Lavigne in middle school?
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude, honestly, and okay, like TLC, the Spice Girls were still like, I feel like going.
Spice
The
Girls, I
Voodoo
feel like they were kind of
Dolls.
on
I
their
like
way
the
out.
Spice Girls. I watched the movie.
Yeah.
I had the CD. I was about it.
I wasn't like allowed to listen to them. The only times I ever listened to Spice Girls was when I was at Nicole's house. And same with
Yeah.
Britney Spears. So I never really was a Britney fan, except for the song Toxic. That fucking song might be one of the best like ever written. Like it's so
That
good.
one reminds me of Cheer. We had some like cheer dance to it, and like every now and there will be like certain that, and like Outcast also reminds me of Cheer because we had like some cheer dances to it.
Oh, yeah.
I have their vinyl.
Oh really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's awesome. But like that's the only Outcast song I know.
Okay, so like Nelly and R. Kelly, like all those ones, like also
Oh,
remind me of
yeah.
like the school
Oh.
dances, like
Yeah, that's true.
I would know the
Usher.
songs, but I wouldn't know the people.
really. I feel like it, yeah,
I
I
don't
just
listen to like Usher,
Usher,
and Instinct too.
Burn,
Yeah,
NSYNC.
yeah.
Backstreet
Like-
Boys.
Yeah.
But that was like middle school for me.
Yeah, well, they start like for sure. It was like elementary school and then on. I feel like just
Yeah.
it was one of those where they like kept making stuff and like
Yeah.
oh Maroon.
I never got into boy bands, and I was always like, I don't know, like all I know, that's it. That's like all I know. I feel like
Yeah.
I've been robbed.
What's the other?
In the
What's the other one?
90s.
It was like 98
bad-
degrees.
Yeah, 98
Music.
degrees.
98
Backstreet
degrees.
Boys, and NSYNC.
LFO.
I actually liked LFO back then. Do you remember the parody group on MTV called Together?
No.
Mm-mm.
It was like a TV show where they were like a parody of like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and then like then they actually started like performing concerts, and then they broke up a couple of years after. But I remember them
Oh,
on
wow.
MTV. Yeah, super random.
I don't know. If we're gonna talk about like pop, on my playlist, I have 2 songs by Enrique Iglesias.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Dude,
I
there,
never did.
there used to be a video of me shirtless at a football potluck singing Hero to Mikey Fong because I think it was a junior year. I think Andrew has that video, but no, actually nobody has the video more. It was shot on flip phones, right? So it was me singing Hero to Mikey at a football potluck. It was I thought I killed it, but we would never be too sure because the video's gone. But another pop song I have that I listen to a lot and I still do listen to now is Cher Believe.
Oh, totally.
Do you believe in love after love?
That song actually aged
Work
really
it,
well.
you
You know, it's
got
still. I mean, that song still pops, man.
Totally.
Yeah.
It was
There's a lot of
Cher
shit,
She
will
hasn't
always
aged either.
pop.
She looks the same. She looks amazing.
yeah,
right?
Cher will
Better.
always pop. Always.
dude.
I feel like the sing-along ones always stick to like Kelly Clarkson was not like my go-to and it was my favorite.
Oh,
But like I remember seeing like and I used to sing Kelly Clarkson in his car, like in the LeBaring. That was like our go-to jam of just like screaming.
I
out the
can't
words.
believe I did not put Kelly Clarkson on my playlist. I totally
Well,
missed
she's
that.
gotta go
Oh
on
my
now.
god.
yeah. I totally forgot about Kelly Clarkson as well. But dude,
I-
behind my hazel eyes,
These hazel
dude,
eyes.
Yes.
these hazel eyes
That's
is
actually
pops.
the first song that I was
Breakaway.
Dude, Breakaway
Yeah.
is good. What's the other one?
Breakaway. Like to this day, I can't hear. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, I can't. I full on will just be like, next. I can't do it. And I don't know why. It just makes me feel things that
yeah, there's a
I
lot
can't
that
like
go in.
attach. I can't really like attach a memory to it, but I can just attach the feeling to it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I just came across one that I forgot about. Candy Shop by 50 Cent. Do you guys remember that?
Oh.
I had a teacher who liked that.
I remember getting in trouble because it's kind of it was like I'll take you to the candy shop, let you lick my lollipop.
Lollipop.
Well, it was like okay,
Girl,
so
don't
got in
you
trouble.
stop.
I know some of it. I know
We like
some.
played it. The cheerleaders were like in control of the like music for the football games, and there was like one. It was like a bigger football game, and we like at one point said screw it and decided to play like whatever we wanted. And apparently we should have like filtered it through a little more because we like honestly. The adults complained about everything. We should have known. Like if we were getting in trouble for like forgetting a ribbon in our hair, we probably should have thought it through that we were going to get in trouble for saying like a dirty song.
Yeah, you gotta go
Right.
against Blazy.
We put that one on and we were all like dancing to it and just like messing around. And then we got like a slew of complaints from parents in the stands. And I always
Nice.
think of that.
Man. Do you guys remember the freaking break room?
Oh yeah, like
And did
so
you ever
when
have
you got
that?
in trouble, like you had to go in the little room, like if you got in trouble for dancing dirty in the like gym, you
Oh,
were like sent in like timeout in the little room, but then like the
I
little
didn't go
room
to
just turned into,
dances.
like
No, I think we were good. Like no one
And
really
at least in
like
high school, I
cared.
never went to
What?
dances.
Yeah, we never got like stopped for like grinding or anything like that. But everyone like had like booze in like middle school and high school, so it's just
Oh, we
I
had
don't know.
booze. We had booze too, but like we still grew up in like a super conservative Christian area where we weren't allowed to
Yeah.
simulate thrust action. You know,
I don't know. I feel like that they were very selective about that too, because I know I got caught by plenty of teachers and they rarely said anything. And I definitely remember multiple times, like just realizing that there's like a teacher staring at me, not getting me in trouble, not saying anything, but like
Just staring
like,
at you.
watching and just
That's so
holding me on
weird.
Where I'm like,
The
I'm
Lord
out.
is watching you, Laura.
Right.
Just making sure you're okay.
Did you guys ever go to the St. Paul's dances when maybe that was junior high? I can't remember. But like there was like a was it junior high? I can't remember if they were high school or if they were junior high, but they had dances sometimes that you could like go to at the other schools, and like a few of us went, but like I don't know, apparently they were even more conservative than our schools. And I remember every
a place like St. John's. Yeah, sure.
St. Paul's, I think,
St.
was what it was
Paul's?
called. And it was like you'd get one, they'd come and get in trouble, you'd get in trouble, and two, it would be like literally they'd say things like make room for Jesus. Like,
Well, Jesus can get
Yeah.
it too, right?
Jesus is in here, y'all.
Yeah. Those after the game dances were pretty ratchet.
Yeah.
They tried to stop the ratchetness, but like the ratchet it was too strong. We ratcheted on. The what sucked was like most of our formal dances were combined with other schools.
Yeah, we had like some of the like the country's one of the country's biggest proms, because we had like 4 high schools plus sometimes like kids from other schools and stuff would come to our school or for our high school.
How big were the proms? I'm curious.
Our whole
I mean-
convention center. We have like a Vasella
Yeah.
convention center. We ran
It's,
out
like,
the whole room.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys had mega proms? Like why?
Yeah, so we never had like a prom king or queen.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Because
So
it's
we-
like multiple school. And honestly, like it's a miracle no one ever got shot at one of those. Like
I know.
Mm,
but like you know what I mean? There was always drama between
Yeah.
the schools and stuff. Like I'm genuinely surprised. And there was always fights within our own dances and stuff. I'm just really surprised that there wasn't any issue. Like
well, I mean, I
Yeah.
know people got in fights at school dances. I saw it all the time. I think the shootings happened after they got their gun.
that's true. They did have like the metal detectors. and
We had
stuff.
metal detectors, dude. It was fucking.
they were
Holy
hardcore.
shit! You have metal detectors? I never had. Never had
Yeah,
that.
it was. We were like you said, we're we're not the.
Yeah, but the Vasella was crazy, dude. It's like we had a bunch of good group of people who, especially at Redwood, and we got exposed to different cultures. It was just great, and we listened to a bunch of like different kind of music, like fucking Def Cab, freaking Get Low, Nelly,
Like,
Cascada. Every time we touch.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you remember
Yeah.
every time we touch? And when that song came out in high school, like
Did you guys ever play Dance Dance Revolution? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to play that. So I used to listen to like stuff on there.
all the time, man?
Brooke, you didn't play. I feel like you would be all about that.
I've never played Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh
That's
my
chaos.
god.
Well,
You need to
we
I'm
get on.
sorry.
well
I don't know why.
when we go to Roller Town, I'll take you to the machine because it's right there,
All right.
and it's like, I got 50 cents.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
So, wow. So,
That's a
like
good
the whole
question.
emo thing, like the whole like emo band kind of thing. We know it's like Good Charlotte and Panic at the Disco and
Bright Eyes, Dashboard.
but
That's for confession.
Dashboard, blah blah blah. But like,
Yeah.
I'm having an identity crisis. I'm like, So I wasn't emo in high school because I didn't listen to those bands. I listened to those ones, but those ones are a different kind of emo. But what kind of emo is? So I'm having an identity crisis.
But I feel like there have been different phases of emo too.
Yeah, like there was like the whole emo thing, and then the
because I didn't do the
kids
hair
were
or anything like that. I just listened to Elliott Smith and
Scene. It was Scene.
That was more Scene that worked into emo and kind of got connected. Like, do you remember my little emo boyfriend right out of high school?
Yes.
Brooke, Ryan?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I feel like
100% yes.
Yes, he was memorable. I had a phase, but he definitely had introduced me, and he was so cute because he would always get really upset about. He didn't identify as emo, and he did not like he's like what when you picture emo.
Yes,
it's exactly what you think of. Like you think of Ryan, but like he did not identify as emo, and because he was like doing that look before emo was as much of a thing, he felt like it wasn't like him, but it totally like
they took over. Yeah.
And he used to get so upset, but like honestly, like I thought that like I had similar like kind of did the emo thing in high school, but then when I like was a little out of high school and I was like seeing him, he showed me all other kinds of like different kinds of emo and different kinds of music, and they were similar, but they were not the ones that I immediately thought of. So I feel like there was also like there's different
layers
definition
to
and exactly, and like the evolution, just like the evolution of rock and like the evolution of like hip hop or R&B, you know what I mean? There have been so many, and country, even like there have been so many different like, oh my god, we haven't even talked about like country music. Like there's so many like all the
I'm not a country gal.
Yeah, actually,
I'm not a country gal. I
have Josh Turner on my playlist.
You have Josh Turner.
Yeah,
I can see that. Like I feel like I don't know,
because all the football boys listen to it. It was like Tom introduced us like, hey, this is Josh Turner, and we're like, oh, cool. So it was me, Kevin Chang, and Robert. We're the Asians of the football team, right? Even though there were other Asians as well. Like we were like, oh fuck, this is hella sick, because we were listening to what was the song, "Would You Go With Me" and "Your Man" and all that stuff, and then we got really into it too because we watched that movie Friday Night Lights, and we were talking about a soundtrack that
I love it.
Like I can't think of football without Friday Night Lights.
That music, it's so
the music's
perfect.
Great. Yeah, it's made by Explosions
weird
in the Skies.
How perfect it is.
It's a band from Austin. Is it from Austin or they're from Texas? A small town in Texas, actually. They did the soundtrack for Friday Night Lights, the movie, and then they also did it for the TV show. But it was just like perfect because like it was a good because okay, our football team sucked. Don't get me wrong. Like we were not good. Our year sucked.
Our year sucked.
Dude, Anthony, like so our school, they were on the 9-game winning streak for the Cowhide.
9 years, yeah.
Lost the Cowhide so bad. We lost it to the D2 champions. So yeah, it wasn't that awful, but the Cowhide is like the top 5 biggest rivalry in California. And we lost the Cowhide, but we were a bunch of fuckers, and we mainly got together and just like hang out and like bullshit. We're alcoholics, all right. And and before our big game our junior year, you know what we did? We decided to watch a bootleg cam version of Friday Night Lights, and then I remember like Richard being like, "Hey, why are we watching a movie where they lose the big game at the end, the night before our big game?" I was like, I don't know. We just so sick.
That's horrible.
And we ended up getting blown out.
You jinxed it.
Yeah, we ended up getting blown out. Like we lost by 20-something points.
I remember, like, I had to cheer that whole year. I'm telling you, I don't think that was what jinxed it, y'all. Like, we lost a lot of games before that point.
I remember I was so weirded out by how upset I was. I was like, Brooke, you don't give a flying fuck about school spirit or
it's like the
football. But I was like, yes. I was like,
you get like sucked into the whole feel of the vibe. Everyone's like,
because I go to two football games a year. I go to homecoming and I go after I find out who wins homecoming queen and then Cowhide. And senior year, it was like, you know what, Brooke, you're gonna care this year.
Oh, we made shirts that year too, didn't we?
Yeah, and we had our pants. Do you remember my cowboy hat?
Yeah, everyone. I mean, I didn't wear my shirt to the actual game because I had to cheer. But
yeah,
like,
it was the wrong game to care. All right, you cared at the wrong.
It was
time.
The wrong game to care.
You cared at the wrong time. You should have asked me first. I'm like, no, bro, back out.
Yeah.
So it was like, dude, it was also another embarrassing part about that Cowhide game was when we were getting blown out, right? We were losing by like a couple of touchdowns, and then fucking, I think it was like either Jason Zeeb or Billy Long. They started the Fat Eric chant.
Wait, was that
Oh.
Cowhide? I thought that was a different
That was
game.
2 games. It was Golden West, but we won Golden West.
Okay,
So
I remember the Golden West one. I don't remember the Cowhide one. That's funny.
it was the Cowhide one, and they started chanting Fat Eric, and then dude, I was like, no, stop, because Anthony, they called me Fat Eric back in high school,
Oh.
and like they started the chant, and I was like, no, and I saw the look on the offensive line's coach's face, and he's like, all right, just go in. I go in and I get blown out, dude. I just like wasn't having it, and then the next play, fucking coach was like, get out. But
To be fair, the first time that happened, you had a Rudy moment and like kicked.
It was a Rudy moment. But then we won. It was a different time. But then when you chant your name to go in, like I wasn't gonna change the fucking outcome of the game. We were still getting annihilated.
Yeah, that was too much pressure.
No,
Could have had another Rudy moment.
Yeah, right. It was dude. There was a lot of hijinks during that season, man. It was I enjoyed it a lot. But we only won like 2 games. So
I feel like our year, and then my brother was a couple of years younger than us, and my brother's year was similar of just like our classes like did not care about so much stuff. And like I know my brother's year, his year was the one that they had I don't know if it was their grades were so bad or they weren't doing something enough, and the school got really upset, and that's when they started locking up the like I think it was our senior year, their sophomore year, they started locking up the campus and wouldn't let the younger classmen out for lunches, and it was basically like a punishment for them not like caring enough on like school stuff. And like I'm really surprised that didn't happen with our year, because there was so much that we just like did not care about, and like
Okay, that's my cue.
totally
I'm gonna go get dinner.
that.
It was nice meeting everybody.
you did it.
Oh, it was nice to meet you.
nice talking to you.
Bye, Brooke. Bye, Laura.
Bye.
All right, bye, Anthony.
Let me know if you still want to go like eat this week. We'll go get some like barbecue or like buffet or something. I know we're
Down.
talking about it.
Get some
Yeah, I'm
cheesy
down.
bread somewhere.
The King Buffet, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like right down the street. I haven't been. I've lived here for like 7 months, and it's like right there next to Target on Western. So we'll go.
No worries. We'll get some food. I'm down.
All right, man. Bye.
Hi,
Bye.
Anthony.
Bye, Anthony.
Yeah, man.
Sweet.
Ditching those classes, but yeah, it just I don't know how we got away with a lot of stuff we did, but we survived. We graduated. We got I guess we got a piece of paper that says we graduated high school, so that's good.
Yeah, right.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I feel like we didn't really. I mean, I guess I'm a little bit different than when I graduated, but I'm still like the same person. I still like the same stuff. I mean, sometimes I just still listen to the same music too. Like I'll just put on like the Ataris In This Diary. You guys, I think it's like a remake of an old song, right? In This Diary.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling Laura the other day, I made that fucking 90s playlist full of like Enrique Iglesias and Cher and fucking a bunch of other random songs that were playing at high school dances.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like for me, like music is one of like the strongest like memory triggers. Like there's so many where it just like comes rushing back. Like it's like
Absolutely.
the feeling too. Like not just the memory, it's like I feel the memory.
The feeling of it.
Yeah.
Like I remember, it's like it doesn't become so much about the moment as opposed to the feeling that happened when the moment happened.
Yeah.
And feeling those feelings again. Like there are some songs that even from high school, even from junior high, I can't listen to because they bring up like feelings that I had way back when that were yucky that are still there. And it's like, remember this feeling? It's really sad. And it's like, no, super chick, I don't need you to remind me of that right now. I'm just going to go ahead and skip it for now.
Oh, man.
Like sometimes like Michelle Branch, for some reason, some of her songs, I'm like, I can't do it right now. It's weird.
Michelle Branch, dude. She is Goddess. I mean, I love her songs.
Mhm.
You
She's
got
so great.
so what? So Cringy, so what's a song would you say that attributes to one of your favorite feelings? Like, what's the one song?
The one
A-
song.
A one like
There's so many.
what top 3 songs would you say reflects the most is the best while reflecting your childhood, adolescence, teenage years?
Oh my gosh. Hmm.
Damn.
I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if these are like the top 3, but like they're like the 3 off the top of my head. Like Blink 182, All the Small Things. Like I feel like in general, like that just reminds Blink 182 reminds me of like junior high. I know some of my like high school years I was a little bit obsessed with Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh my god.
And
That song makes me cry every time.
oh my gosh, it like used to get to me so much, and like there many reasons.
Every
and
time.
then like I don't know if I could like okay, I feel like there's so many, but like if I had to okay, so like unfortunately probably 1,000 miles. Like,
1,000 miles.
yeah,
It's a classic.
It is
He's just-
classic.
it was just it reminds me of like all the like teenage angsty obsessed like little puppy love like vibe, but like
Yeah.
I don't know, I mean there's so many and there's probably like better choices I could have made, but I feel like those are definitely 3 that like trigger me for sure in my teen years.
Everywhere by
Mm,
Michelle Branch.
totally.
Mhm.
I for some reason I want to say Fake Plastic Trees. Radiohead.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because my sister introduced that song to me, and I'm trying to think of one that's not a musical. Fuck though, Defying Gravity. Man, Defying Gravity / Seasons of Love, for sure, from Wicked and Rent.
Okay. I didn't know where those songs were from, but now I know.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. That's
I was
so
like-
awful of me. I'm like, those are the most ridiculously overly loved musicals ever. Defying Gravity is from Wicked. Seasons of Love, they're both amazing songs. Incredible songs from Rent.
Yeah, I just thought it sounded like a Sarah Bareilles song.
No. 525,600 minutes.
Okay,
Like Rent's
I've
just good
heard,
in general,
yeah.
all the songs on Rent.
I definitely heard of that song for sure.
Yeah. True. I remember Mr. Who was the
Well, not all
teacher who
memes,
looked like
not
Jerry
all memes
Garcia.
or not all
Oh,
memes are
Mr.
factual,
Morgan.
right? Mr. Morgan.
Mr. Morgan's.
Yeah.
So Mr. Morgan's one time in class was like, it's not, he was talking about something and he was like, but that's something that's like so specific. It's like, you don't even really need to know like how many minutes are in a year. And then I raised my hand and I was like 525,600 minutes. And he was like, someone has too much time on her hands.
Just see
And
Rent
I was
too
like,
many
it's
times.
from a musical. Guys.
But Rent's like a really good musical too. I feel like it's one of those that was like, yeah, like
It's
it was
a
such a good
very
life
well-known
story one.
song.
Yeah,
They
like,
sing it on The Office.
Mhm.
right? Yeah, Eric, what are yours? Like, what are your top 3?
Yeah.
I think it's probably gonna be Sandstorm by Darude, which is a great song. Sandstorm, Title and Registration by Def Cab,
Ooh.
and I don't know. I think maybe The Calling, Wherever You Would Go, or You and Me by Lifehouse.
Yeah, those
Oh.
are all good. See, I feel like
I
it's
don't
so
know the
hard to choose
Sandstorm
just
one.
3.
I know, I'm already like, but then there's also this, and then there's also this, and then there's also this. Like I have like 5 more that just like popped into my head. Because I feel like I owe them so much. Fucking Brandy Carlisle. Throw It All
Oh, yeah.
Away. That was huge. And fucking Isley. Oh. And Chicago by Sufjan Stevens. Like there's so many.
There's so many good ones out there, and I feel like it's so hard because, like, you know, especially when you're talking about like teen years, it's such a transition period, and like, you know, you're finding yourself during those years, but you're also still around so many people that like can influence your life, and like, so I feel like there's the ones that you find on your own, then there's also the ones that were introduced to you by different people, and it was again like the time when we were all still making each other mix CDs and stuff, and like just I don't know.
The good old days.
Right? Back in my day.
Oh, did you find like there was one song that you always put on the mix CD?
Ooh,
I do to this day.
What song is it?
There's so many. But just from junior high / high school, Throw It All Away, Brandy Carlisle, Lua by Bright Eyes, First Day of My Life, not Lua. First Day of My Life by Bright Eyes.
Super
anything
song.
Sufjan Stevens. The very first song from the Illinois CD, the Illinois album, current like UFO sighting something. It's Sufjan Stevens. And then a bunch of so many. I can't. Like to this day, I would still put those songs on people's playlists. What Sarah Said, Transatlanticism by Death Cab.
Brothers in a Hotel Bed. That's pretty good.
That was another one that I used for my mix CD for my AP English class. It was Brothers on a Hotel Bed. Don't remember the book.
I can't believe
I remember that I used that song.
Like some of the classics too, just like the Beatles and like
oh yeah,
I grew up with like Elvis a lot too, and like there's certain ones that like I would put on like that were just, you know, or like the Beach Boys, California Girls. Like there's just like these ones that I definitely would put on. Like I liked to mix it up in like the timeline. Like I feel like my mix CDs were always very random. Like it was definitely not
right
like a one genre. It was like this mix mash chaos, and it was usually like there might have been some kind of theme, but it wasn't like a flowy kind of theme. It was
mine when I first started to make CDs, they were very much the same way, and it's like, what do you mean you don't want to listen to the prologue of Sweeney Todd right after you listen to London Calling by the Clash and just before listening to Turn 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 by the Birds?
Oh my gosh,
it's a perfect place to put Sweeney Todd.
I feel like Fergie, there was a bunch of like random ones that I used to, because there'd be like the dancey music.
Holy shit, Black Eyed Peas, my god.
The Black Eyed Peas.
They were so popular.
The Cheetah Girls in general, we also, I'm pretty sure, used to listen to that in Nicole's house. Like,
Nicole and I would do the dance, and when I say Nicole and I mean Nicole. Nicole would do the dance. And I'd be like, there's no way I'm gonna actually do it, and then she'd do it, and I'd be like, all right. Well,
Nicole was ready to join the Cheetah Girls.
She was. I think that's all she wanted, was to be a Cheetah Girl.
Was the Cheetah Girls a Nickelodeon thing?
It was like a
Disney Channel
movie, but like they were like a band in the movie. And
Raven Simone was the lead, and Adrienne Bailon was her best friend, who was my favorite. And then there was the white girl, and then there was Keely Williams.
Kaylee Williams?
So long.
Isn't that a girl from Paramore?
No, that's Haley.
Yeah, Haley Williams.
Yeah. Isn't that her name from their little girl group? Cut this out because I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's Keely Williams. But yeah, man, Cheetah Girls. They were the fucking Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters.
Dude, the only bands I remember from Nickelodeon was the Click Five.
Oh yeah.
And like Ryan Cabrera.
Yeah.
Dude,
Ryan Cabrera.
I think a lot of people went through like a lot of the guys who wanted to seem different than like the average bros went through a Ryan Cabrera phase. Then
with that hair.
With the hair and the
hair for sure.
And the American Eagle bracelets and Scott.
Like when you say that name, I automatically think hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I think about Ryan Cabrera, I just think of Scott Savanason.
That's so funny.
He was definitely Ryan Cabrera, and he listened to that shit all the time. He got us so addicted to it.
Do you remember when Ashley Simpson? My
Ashley
God.
Simpson, yeah,
Yeah.
when she butchered the Saturday Night Live thing.
Yeah, but just her in general.
Mhm, mhm.
Confession, I think that she's better than Jessica Simpson. I would listen to Ashley Simpson more than I would listen to Jessica Simpson.
She
I
did
have her
about both of
CD.
them.
She did have some good stuff.
I couldn't sing a Jessica Simpson song for you if you paid me, but I
And
love me
Hilary
some
Duff tried to have like
Hilary Duff, dude.
Could
music
never
thing
get
for a little
into it.
bit.
What?
But
couldn't do it.
She
I
only
was
had
like,
that
girl,
one song.
I sing better than you.
She had
If
that one
I can
song,
sing better than you.
Come Clean, right? That was on.
I'm coming
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she had
It was so weird.
the Hilary Duff movie, and she did it with her sister too, right? They had a song together.
Yeah. What was her name? Haley Duff?
Haley.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Hillary and
I don't
Haley.
know.
I'm very happy for Hillary now. She seems like a wonderful, happy person. But my God, she seemed like she was just so miserable. Like,
Yeah.
hi, I'm Hillary Duff from Lizzie McGuire, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Mhm.
I mean,
Like with her little like glow stick.
if you like read or look into like, I feel like a lot of the kids, the Disney kids like were very
Are miserable.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I watched this. I saw this thing that was like, if the Disney Channel and Nickelodeon got into a fight, Nickelodeon would win. Like,
Oh, totally.
because it's just, and I was like, that's the most accurate thing I've ever heard. Like, you get the Disney Channel kids and you get the Nickelodeon kids to fight, Nickelodeon's gonna win. I like Disney Channel more. It's my preference, but I know Nickelodeon is gonna beat the shit
Yeah, Disney
out of little baby Disney channels.
Disney, probably the Kisney kids,
See, it's hard to say.
they probably want to get out of the contract somehow, and I guess deaf is an option there. So I suppose.
Death is an option.
Apparently.
Well, was it the one like Allie and AJ? The
I forgot
Veronicas?
about them.
They had one song that I really, really liked, and it was in the movie Ice Princess, and that's all I can tell you about it.
Oh, that's cute. I forgot about that one.
I just remember them. I don't remember any of the songs though, but
Yeah.
They were cute.
They there was at that time when like Disney and Nickelodeon were just shooting out bands to see whatever stick.
Right.
Like JoJo, was JoJo one of them or no?
Yeah, the original, because there's like a new JoJo now, right?
There's a new JoJo, but she doesn't
I don't know.
count. I mean, she does. She seems like a very nice person, but
Yeah,
no,
she seems cute, but I know nothing about
Yeah, I
her
don't know
music.
about
I'm just
either.
like, yeah.
Because I think it was like after because Britney exploded, Justin Timberlake exploded, and Christina Aguilera exploded. And
Mandy Moore
those
sang
were all
for
like
a
late
while.
90s. Huh? Who?
Mandy Moore sang for a while too.
She
I always
did,
forget
yeah.
about that. Like,
It's so funny. I think she's so much of a better actress than she is a singer.
yeah,
I
totally
love
forgot that
Mandy
she
Moore.
had like a pop phase, but like I always liked her too. Is she
Yeah.
still acting? I haven't seen her in. Oh yeah, she has that show.
Yeah,
This is the best
she's
one.
so good.
Yeah, I
She's
like
so
her.
good, and she's Rapunzel. So yeah, she's entangled.
Oh, that's
Mm.
right. I forgot about that. That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the actress who played the main heroine in She's All That. She was in the movie on Netflix with Wayne Brady. No, not
Yeah.
Wayne Brady.
Not Wayne Brady, but yeah.
Something Wayne, Marlon Wayne. No, not Marlon Wayne.
No, it's the younger Wayne.
Wayne's
it's
Jr.
like-
It was Wayne's Jr.
Yeah. It might be Marlon Wayne. It's one of their sons. I always forget him, but he's so cute. I watched
He was a New
that.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's coach on New Girl.
Do you guys think? Can you guys think of any songs that kind of is problematic now? When you think about it, back like a song you used to listen to that is now could be deemed problematic.
I mean, a lot of the stuff that we dance to, if you think about it, is just super sexist or racist. Like a lot of the stuff they played at like our school dances, like, yeah. And like, it's just so funny that they like let a bunch of like junior hires listen to some of this stuff.
Yeah, it's
Like
I suppose
12-year-old.
it could be like super degrading towards women. The some of the rap songs.
Yeah, I mean,
Any
at least the
song.
main. Yeah, totally. I remember that used to always crack me up, like especially I don't know, I can't remember who sings it or what it's called, but I remember at some point in like my teen years, there was this country song, and it's literally just about women's asses. It's like the honky tonk,
Honky
donkey
tonk,
dong,
but
yeah.
donka donk.
And like I remember like talking to some of my family, and they were like, or maybe it was family friends, and they were talking about like how, you know, oh, I never listen to rap because it's so degrading towards women and it's just always about sex. And then they're like listening to these other songs, and I'm like, okay,
It's like, okay.
like, how is this different?
Is that,
Yeah.
it sounds like was it Billy Ray Cyrus kind of song, or is it Luke
Oh, wait.
Bryan?
It did sound like, I don't think it was Billy Ray, but it did sound like that because, oh my God, when I was little, like really little, I loved Achy Breaky Heart. Like, I don't know why, but I would get
I've not
down.
heard the whole song. I've only heard the
Chorus?
"Don't you break my heart,
Yeah.
my achy breaky heart." That's all I know, and that's
Oh
all
my
I
God.
need to know.
Even like toddler me would just get down in my car seat. I don't
love
know.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. Questionable taste, but I stand. I actually would totally probably listen to that one again. It's been a while, but oh, Billy Ray, honestly, that guy.
That mullet.
Him and his, was it Molly Cyrus? Yeah, she was around too,
Miley.
right? Molly Cyrus. What the fuck?
Yeah, when did her show? When did her Hannah Montana show? Because I remember babysitting. We were
Like 2005, 2006.
okay. Because I
Because
remember
it was
babysitting
just, yeah, it was like to the point where like I shouldn't really be watching Disney Channel anymore, but I am. So I found it a little obnoxious. Like, I'm too old for this. That was my deal with Hannah Montana, was when like I was like, I might be getting too old for this.
Same. But like I feel like I mostly watched it because some of the kids I babysat watched it and they were all about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm down to like watch whatever with them, and like, but I do remember that one being like, and plus like just the way like I felt like, I don't know, I now I've gotten more used to, like, I accept Miley Cyrus as an adult now. I think she's like,
me
you know,
too.
really come folder. I like can appreciate her more now.
She's so fucking talented.
Yeah, I appreciate
She's
her more.
amazing.
I do. I just didn't really, and like I used to, like I said, when I was a kid, like I grew up listening to like Billy Ray Cyrus, but like with the whole Hannah Montana thing, like I felt like it was just like so exploitive. Like I just felt like he was just like, one, trying to relive his youth, and two, trying to capitalize on like his daughter / like also like, you know, it was just this weird, really weird.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't love that.
Yeah.
I'm with you. It was weird.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here, Dad. Like, go home.
I remember when I can't remember I don't know if the name of it is, but that first song she did, it was when she was starting to come out of her Disney phase and trying to be like the
Party in USA.
Yes,
Dude, that song.
There was this like performance that she was doing. It was one of the first times I'd ever heard that. It was like the first time I'd ever heard that song, and she's like on like Good Morning America or like some kind of one of those shows, and she's doing this performance, and it's like live, and her dad is there. And it's so funny because in my mind, she's still like Hannah Montana, you know, she's this little kid, and she's like, you know, all sexed it up and like doing these little like our junior high moves, but like she's on like it's like, it's very much like, it was like I don't know if it was like a pole for a hot dog stand or an umbrella. It was something summery, but she does this like kind of stripper move thing to it. And Billy Ray is in the background looking so proud. And it's just, I just remember being like, I think I'm done with Billy Ray Cyrus in this moment.
Yeah, that's weird.
For like him and his highlights, and he's just like
his highlights.
Yeah, what's the song that really made her break out of the Disney image was Wrecking Ball.
Oh my God, I actually really liked that one. That was the first like Miley Cyrus one that I was like,
it's actually not a bad song.
I totally
not.
It.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Like my buddy James, who is the organist for the Sharks, he also plays in bars, and then I was like, Wrecking Ball, just like a troll, and he played it. I was like, holy fuck, this song's actually pretty good. He played it on the piano, and he has such a magnificent voice, dude. I'm like, god damn.
That's how I feel about Toxic by Britney Spears.
Totally.
What, baby? What, baby? What? What is it?
Sorry. Talk to my cat.
That's cute. Athena always talks back to me like that too. I love it.
Could you hear her?
Yeah.
The tiniest little like that's literally what she sounds like. It's so fucking cute. Petra. Yeah?
Like Chance doesn't talk back to me like that, but Athena does. Like she'll respond like all day. I'm like, but
I will full on with Cosette. She'll do like a little like, how are you today? Oh, really? Are you hungry? I am too. Which we have. Like, it's fucking awesome. That's the worst impression of Cosette I have ever done, by the way.
that's so funny. Chance is more like physical. He'll more like tap you or like, you know, get in your face or like respond by like touch. But like if he's meowing, it's like all just him. Like he doesn't respond like by voice, but Athena will like full on conversation. I'm all about it.
Yeah, Chewy.
I was just gonna ask you, Chewy.
Yeah,
responds to
Chewy.
you.
He doesn't respond to me until I'm leaving. I'm like, hey, I'm like trying to talk to Chewy, and he just like lays down, and then I'm like, fuck it, whatever, fuck you then. And I walk away, and he starts barking at me. I'm like, nope, you had your chance. I'm gone.
I like your like love-hate relationship with your Chewy.
I think he's.
I
just,
know.
Like, he's being an asshole teenager, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They gotta go through their phases. Yeah.
Yeah, he hopefully he grows up one day, or he'd be on the streets.
And then he will, and then you'll be like, oh, I wish he was just a puppy again.
Right.
Yeah, but Chewy.
Hey, baby girl.
Yeah. Other than that, like on my list here, I think I just have like a couple of Japanese songs because I got really into J-pop and K-pop J-pop for a while because I watch a lot of anime and it had like anime theme songs here. But those two I listened when I was in high school just because they were popping. This one band is called Asian Kung Fu Generation.
What?
And, yeah, it's called Asian Kung Fu Generation. They're from Japan.
Wow.
They did the opening songs for like Naruto and Full Metal Alchemist. I think Brotherhood, but it's crazy because they do tours too around the world and they sell out. Like
That's cool.
it's not like they don't sell out stadiums, but they do sell out like clubs or venues, which is crazy because this is a band from Japan, you know. And sometimes I will watch videos of them in England playing, and you will see a packed club with a bunch of white people yelling out the only lyrics they know to a Japanese song that they saw in an anime. And I just think it's kind of cool how this band can connect people from different walks of life just because it was on an anime show.
That is cool.
Yeah. But yeah, those are all pretty much all the songs that I listened to in high school.
Dude. There's just so many. I feel like I missed out on so much. Like all of the stuff that you guys listed off. Because I was so in like my own little bubble. Because I was like all theater. Like looking at the play. It was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that is. I'm looking at them now and I'm like, oh dear God. Yeah, no, I promise there are things better than Wicked and Rent and Wicked and Rent. Like my fucking MySpace quotes were all fucking Wicked and Rent, and I am so judgy of those kinds of people. And then I'm like, fuck, I was that kid. That's embarrassing. Like every fucking kid who loves Hamilton right now, God, it's fucking brilliant. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired. It's brilliant. I'm tired of it.
I don't know.
But
you were such a pro though, Brooke. Like I feel like for me, I liked a lot of music and I like dabble. So like in theory, I've like heard and like know a lot, but like at the same time, I don't feel like I was such a pro. Like you, I feel like when you say you like something, you were really into it and you like knew all the lyrics to the songs that would come on that you knew. Like I feel like I always remember you being such like yeah, like you said, like you whatever you called it, like a music snob or whatever. Like I feel like you definitely earned your right to be. Like you were.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you.
I blame my dad and my sister.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like, especially if for people who know your family, I feel like we almost would expect that of you because yeah, you guys
Right.
like for sure were like you were immersed in it for sure. Like you did your
Yeah, I just like I wish that I could like do this and be like, oh yeah, that one song. And it's like,
No, I feel
Like
like you know a lot
FOMO,
more than you
you know?
think you do, though. I feel like you
Yeah.
just like
You didn't really
Right.
miss out on much, you know. It's just a
Yeah.
bunch of like Ratchet kids being pre-Ratchet in the Ratchet time.
yep.
You know,
I love it.
it's like I don't know, like I mean, going to parties. I remember going to parties and like the music we played sucked, man. It was like, was it White Girl? Remember that song White Girl? We all thought it was about fucking white girls, but it was about
Oh.
cocaine.
I did not know that term until like years later.
I've not-
I was talking.
I am
on the
32, and this is
phone.
the first I've heard of it.
Okay, I was probably like 19 or 20, and I think I was with like a boyfriend or something walking, and I was talking to one of my guy friends on the phone, and he like throws this out there that he went to like a white girl party, and I start going off. I'm like, Michael, that's so racist. Like, how would you like it if to a party and weren't allowed to go because it was like a whatever I said, and then like my like boyfriend that I was with at the time starts cracking up. He's like, that's not what he means. And then my friend's like, my cracking up. He's like, what do you think I'm talking about? I'm like, what you just said. And he's like, that's not what that means. They explained it. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, like, dude, like the music we listened to, like growing up, kind of sucked. To me, I only really enjoyed the music that I listened to by myself or away from a party or anything. So, like, you didn't really miss too much. It
Yeah.
was just a bunch of dumb kids listening to pop music and trying to finger pop each other, dude. That was pretty much it. Like there was nothing cool about it.
Well, that and Brooke,
Yeah.
like you did go to some of the dances, like the after school dances, whatever. And I feel like those were like a lot of those songs.
In junior high.
Yeah. And I
In
feel like
junior high.
But I do feel like a lot of those were just like, you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't know you knew them, but if you heard them, you might like flash
I would
back.
be like, oh my God.
Oh.
So I have to get up early.
Oh yeah, it's,
I am going to go ahead and log off.
yeah. It's
I just saw that it was
Yeah.
10 and I was like, oh,
Oh shit. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's just say
this whole lady gotta wake up early tomorrow.
Yeah, I just looked at my thing and it was like 2 hours passed by. I guess goodbyes. I'm still pretty fucking emo. I don't know what else to say. I still listen to Def Jam.
Me too. I get more emo every fucking minute. I don't know. That was very emo of me to say.
Yeah, it's just like no matter how much time has passed, there's still it can be a piece of sadness that listens to Def Jam every once in a while, or have that San Francisco weather, lay in bed and listen to Daughter. Well, can't talk about Daughter yet because that should be on the next one. We're talking about music in their modern life, but
yeah. I don't know. I feel you guys. I feel like I don't think my taste has improved much. It's just like grown. My collection keeps
Yeah.
growing, but
it just gets more refined.
I like that.
Yeah, it just gets more refined. Like no matter what your taste is, it just gets more elevated to your hearing palates. I don't know. Fucking that's a horrible metaphor, but
Hearing palette.
your hearing
I
palate.
like it.
Your taste for music has
I feel
not.
like you should be swishing wine while you say this.
Well, like our music palette has not really grown, but gotten wider.
Yeah.
It's just the same shit, just a little bit, maybe like a little cone instead of a straight line up.
Yeah.
Just more of the trash taste. But
Same old Ratchet shit, just a little refined Ratchet.
yeah, with a better vocabulary.
Yes. Yeah. But it's good talking to you guys, and yeah, always a pleasure, and I love seeing
Yeah.
you. So yeah, we'll
Yeah.
do this soon with the grown-up version, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we do this soon, or we could do the what's the one you want to do? Brooke was like, would you rather
Oh yeah.
high school versus
Never mind.
No.
Something. Never mind. I don't wanna. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Fill me in.
We'll.
Night,
Love you guys.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.